G'day viewers, how's it going? I'm super, thanks for asking. It's a Sunday. Now I don't normally do reviews on Sunday, but I wanted to head back down to Dundrum and try the roast at the Brickyard. Now I was here, God, months ago now. It was one of the first videos that I did, but they do a Sunday roast. And we're coming into winter, roast time, so I thought I'd come down Sunday and give it a try. So let's do lunch. So I've taken my seat. It's a bit loud in here. There's a bit of there, but it's always a bit loud in here. And it is a Sunday. They're always really busy with the brunch crowd on a Sunday. Now they're doing a tap takeover at the moment, kind of a mini tap takeover from Portland, Maine, in the US. And I have here. What have I got? I've got a Lone Pine, Low J, Session IPA. Proper session IPA as well, 3.8%, and this is my first taste. Oh yeah, that's quite a nice drop actually. It's fruity, it's a little hoppy, it's not overpowering. It's got a nice cloudy colour. It would be, I'd actually say, that it's kind of very reminiscent of the rollover from Whiplash. So yeah, I mean, this is not a bad drop. Yeah, so starting off with one of these, and they've got a couple here. They've got the Mason's Brewery ice cream blueberry pale ale, which I tried earlier in the week. Absolutely loved that beer. Then they've got from Lone Pine, they've got a New England Dipper as well. I might try that one a little later. And then a grapefruit sea salt sour. So yeah, a couple of beers to try with lunch today. So yeah, looking forward to that. So what am I going to have? What am I going to have to eat? Well, the roast, it's now quarter past 12. The roast doesn't come on until 1. So I'm just going to get some truffle parmesan fries just to tide me over. I haven't had anything to eat yet today, so I'm a bit peckish. So that's what I'm going to start off with. The truffle parmesan fries would be something that I would have in here quite regularly. But yeah, okay, I will give you. I'll talk with you once the fries arrive. So my fries have just turned up now. This is just something to tide me over until the roast comes on at 1 p.m. It's about 40 minutes time. So yeah, but these are lovely. This is one of my favourite dishes in here. If I come down on Sunday and I've gone and done some grocery shopping, this is what I'd order with a beer on the way home. You can see these fries covered in that parmesan. Then you've got a truffle mayo here. And let's give one of these a try. And there is a real truffly flavour to these fries. They don't skimp on that in the truffle mayo. The fries themselves are exceptionally crispy. Yeah, no, make a very, very crispy fry in here. Look at that. One of my favourite little treats. On a treat day, I'll come down to the Brickyard for some truffle parmesan fries. No. That combination of flavours with that freshly grated parmesan cheese, the truffle mayo, and the beautifully crispy fries. These are some of the crispiest fries in Dublin, I think. And you get a nice size serving here as well. Yeah, as you can see here, that is beautiful. You see what it's like with the beer? That beer is a perfect complement to this delightful snack. That's really what it is. It's a snack. And they don't skimp on the mayonnaise. That's the thing. They don't skimp on that truffle mayo. The fries themselves are absolutely doused in it. So yeah. All right. I am going to just snack on these, and I'll talk to you once the roast arrives at about 1. All right. Talk to you then. One of the things I really love about Brickyard is just how many guest or rotational taps they have on at any one time. I think it's, well, okay, at the moment you've got the 4 beers from Port Maine. You've got 2 of the Azvec beers from Liverpool. You've got a Wicklow Wolf. You've got a couple from the UK. You've also got, what else did I see here? You've got Siberia's Wally Hop West Coast IPA in here. Yeah, I mean, if you really want a good place to drink beer in Dublin, this would have to be on your list. Yeah, I love it in here. I actually consider this to be my local, even though I live about 3 or 4 kilometres away. I'd rather come down here and have a beer than just go up to the Step Inn, which is just around the corner from me. So yeah, I think it's one of the best craft beer pubs, independent beer pubs in Dublin, as well as having great rotationals. They've also got their own 2 sides beers, which are always very, very nice, and they rotate those as well. I was talking to the owner the other day. He's saying they've got some barrel-aged stouts coming up the winter. Then in October they had all the Oktoberfest stuff. Yeah, it's a great place to come and try new beers. So yeah, all right. I will talk with you once my roast arrives. So my roast has just shown up, and this looks wow. The presentation here is fabulous. I mean, you've got your roast potatoes, you've got your carrot and parsnips. It's the roast itself. 2 really nice, thick slices of roast beef, a little pink, sitting on top of a bed of mashed potato. You've got plenty of, they say jus. I'd say that's more a gravy. It's a bit thicker than a jus. Jus are normally thin. This is a real gravy. Wonderful roast potatoes. Wow, this just looks fabulous. And I love how they've given me a little pot with more gravy in it. That is great. Now I am going to start off with the roast potatoes. Oh wow, they're exceptionally crispy. And they're still hot. Let's open these up. Just get a bit of air in there. Let them cool down a bit. I've got that huge Yorkie. I'm going to move this gravy off to the side a bit. That massive Yorkie there. Okay, let's just try a bit. Start off with a bit of the parsnip, shall we? Now, I'm not the hugest fan of parsnip. That's kind of why I started off with it. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's well cooked. It's flavoursome. The gravy adds a little bit to it. All right, I'm going to throw a bit of salt here. And a bit of pepper. I do like to put a bit of salt and pepper onto my roast. As anyone who's watched the channel. Now, roast some carrot. That's kind of half a carrot there. No, cooked. Really really well. Okay, let's get a bit of mash. Let's get a bit of this mash. Wow, that mash is really good. Nice and buttery. Beautiful flavour on that. Okay. Now, let's bring that over here. I am going to give a bit of this roasty a try. Wow. Oh wow, that's the outside is exceptionally crispy. Inside, it's nice and fluffy. They've obviously been cooked in some kind of fat. I don't know, what does the menu say? It just says roasties. Okay. Not sure what fat that's been cooked in, but it obviously has been to get that kind of like really, listen to that really, really crispy potato. That is beautifully cooked. And I must say, this gravy is really nice, really flavoursome. So let's give a bit of this beef a try, because that's what we're here for. It's still a little pink on the inside, just the way I like it. That beef is exceptionally tender. The fat, beautifully rendered. Okay, let's give this bit of a mash. Wow, that's an exceptional roast. Now let's give a bit of this Yorkshire pudding a try. Because that's been sort of the one thing that's let down a lot of places in the past has been their Yorkshire puddings. I found the one at Hawksmoor to be a bit eggy. The one at FX Buckley's was a bit burnt. But this one, let's give this one a try. That's nice. It's very light, very airy. Doesn't suffer from the same egginess that we had in Hawksmoor. That is really nice. This is a really nice combination of flavours. Now let's get some of this beef. Let's get everything together. In a single forkful. Bit of that gravy. Oh wow. And these are a couple of really generous slices of roast beef. That gravy. It's fabulous. I think there's a little bit of mustard in there, perhaps. There's a flavour I'm getting from the gravy. Wow. This is a really nice roast. It could be though I'm very, very hungry, but I mean this is the beef is really well cooked. There's a nice bit of fat on it as well. Oh yeah. And the thing I like, there's a lot of places you go, they'll serve you a roast and they'll put stuffing with it. It's an Irish thing. I don't get it myself, but yeah, this is an exceptional roast. A bit of gristle there. I must say, they are some of the best roasties I think I have ever had. Yeah, this is an outstanding meal. Wow. Very, very tasty. Loving this gravy. Wow. This gravy is just exceptional. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, absolutely. All right. I am going to finish up here. I'm probably not going to give my thoughts. Probably tomorrow. But yeah, this is up there. This is up there with some of the nicest roast I've had whilst doing the channel. It's great when kind of gastropubs like this, like Caribou, give you such a fabulous meal. Some of the big boys, it's a shame, really. Yeah. But it's down to the ingredients. Really, at the end of the day, it's down to the ingredients. And you can just tell that these are quality ingredients. All right. I'm going to finish up here, and I'll talk with you with my thoughts a little later. G'day viewers, Kitchen Michael here, and I wanted to give you my thoughts on my roast lunch at the Brickyard. I thought it was probably one of the best roasts that I've had while doing this channel, and I wasn't surprised about that. The Brickyard, the food there is really, really good. I have always enjoyed eating there. But let's look at the individual components. So let's start off with the truffle and parmesan fries. I mean, that is, for me, that's one of my favourite dishes on the menu. It's something that I have on a regular basis. It's a nice little snack and it's great. So yeah, I love them. The chips are really crispy. The mayonnaise they coat them in has a real mild or subtle truffle flavour. So you get that earthiness and nuttiness from the truffle with the combination of that Parmesan cheese. It's a real good build of flavours, and it is one of the best dishes on the menu in my opinion. Now, the roast. That roast was impeccable. All of the components were just wonderful. So it came with roast parsnip and carrot. And I'm not the biggest fan of parsnip, but it was just straight parsnip. It wasn't kind of roasted in honey or anything like that. Then with the carrot, much the same, but they were cooked really, really well. Both of them roasted, and there's a fine line between being kind of firm and flavourless and being a sloppy mush. And these were just perfect. Now, the roasties were probably, I'd actually have to say they were the best roasties that I've had on the channel so far. They were crispy, they were fluffy, oh, yummy, perfectly cooked roast potatoes. And I mean, even some of the kind of the steakhouses that I've been to for a roast lunch, the roast potatoes just, there's no compare. They are head and shoulders above. anything else that I've had on the channel. Now, the mash was really nice. The beef sat on the mash. It was nice. It was creamy. It was buttery. Yeah, I very much enjoyed those mashed potatoes. Now, the Yorkshire pudding, it was really nice. It was light. It wasn't overly eggy, which has been a complaint that I've had at some places, that the Yorkies are a bit eggy in their consistency, but this one wasn't. It was just superb. And finally, the beef itself. Cooked pink, just the way I like it. It was a really nice cut of beef. It was nice and tender. It was just outstanding. A beautiful piece of beef being the centerpiece of that entire meal, and I absolutely loved it. And let's not forget the gravy. Now, when I was reading the menu, I was kind of a bit afraid because it said jus on the menu. And typically when you see someone put jus, you're thinking, it's going to be something runny, and yes, yeah. This wasn't. It was a nice, thick, proper gravy, full flavored, and a perfect complement to the meal. And I did like the fact that they gave you that extra little pot of gravy as well. So if you ran out, you could add some extra. And then on top of that, that beer that I had, that lo-fi, that was just wonderful. It was a nice, light session IPA, and I'm rather partial to those. Now, I did have 2 pints with lunch. And I felt fine afterwards. I mean, there needs to be, in my opinion, more of those lighter session ales, under 4%. That one was 3.6, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was a wonderful beer. So, overall, would I go back to the Brickyard again? Well, you know I'm going to go back to the Brickyard again. Would I have that roast again? Yes, I would. And actually, from a price perspective, it was pretty good value. It came to $21.95 for the roast. And I mean, that's, for roasts in Dublin, that's a pretty good price. When you're paying under €25 for a good pub roast, yeah, it's exceptionally good value. And it is something that I would definitely be going back for. So we've come to the end of another Michael Does Lunch video. Now, as I've mentioned before, I've started a Patreon. This is where you'll get sort of some unseen videos from Michael Does Lunch. That's where all my Lost in 12 Inches episodes are. There's a couple of other things that I've got coming up. And on some of the higher tiers, you will actually get discounts on the Crafty Tour, and there's a bit of merch there as well. So please, Patreon link is in the description below. Check it out. It just helps the channel out a little bit. And once I start getting subscribers there, I will actually start kind of highlighting everyone who has subscribed and giving my thanks. All right. So again, as always, and as every YouTuber says, if I could get you to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Been getting some great comments recently. Been getting some interesting ones as well, and I'll be addressing those in another video. So like, subscribe, leave a comment, and as I always say, testicles.